right now, it's difficult for many people to live the kind of life that they want for different reasons. But do you believe that we might be entering into a time when the properties, the energies might be there in place for each and every one of us to actually begin to live a life that we would more like to live, if I put it that way? Or how do you view this, Carl?
Well, I think that's up to us to a certain extent, or to a large extent, I must say. To begin with, when I talk about co-creation, I really talk about us reshaping our inner landscapes. Because after all, that's really what we can be certain to have power over. We can change our inner landscapes, the way the energies are organized in ourselves. And that would include things like male, female, intuition, rationality, and so forth.
Yeah.
So when I say co-creation, of course, eventually such reshaping of our inner landscapes will also have manifestation externally. But I'm not primarily talking about that. I avoid saying to people you should do this or that out in the external world.
Sure.
But I am aware that if we recreate our inner landscapes, it will have repercussions in the external world. Now, when it comes to what people like, it's not necessarily what the cosmic plan likes. And I think we should be aware of that.
Nice.
I would think that you're familiar with this American, or actually Australian, I think it was, film and book called The Secret.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Now, basically that's, I'm not saying that kind of approach to manifestation doesn't work. It's just that if people are operating according to that kind of a way of being, where, I want a Maserati, and then do all the... Well, I think there was a guy in that film that...
Absolutely, I remember that. You're absolutely right. And there was different contexts of a brand new house or a bigger, fancier house, what have you. But go ahead, Carl. Yeah.
Yes, right. So I'm not saying that doesn't work. What I'm saying is that if you're operating in that way, you're definitely a part of the problem. You are part of what's threatening the earth, because you're not coming from what the whole system, what the whole world and the whole planet needs. You're coming from your ego. You're coming from what you as an individual would like to see. So if the world is ever to come to this kind of an harmonious and peaceful state that I'm convinced is the purpose of the cosmic plan, then we'll have to ask questions. We have to ask for the other kinds of things. We'll have to ask the divine or the cosmos, the question, how do I serve the cosmic plan? How do I manifest unity consciousness? And these things, which is not coming from our own ego, but is coming from the larger whole, the interests of the purpose and the larger whole. And if we do so, I'm certain that is necessary in order for us ever to arrive at a state of peace and harmony. But whether that is not necessarily what we as individuals or as egos want.
Yeah.
We may think we want something else, but what we need to listen to is that given the world's situation and given the purpose of where it's all meant to go, we will ask the divine, what shall I do? What is my path in order to fulfill this purpose, and not just what I happen to like as a separate individual, because that approach, it simply strengthens the separation of the individual from the larger whole.
Okay, well, there's, as always, Carl, there's tons to talk about, and we just have to kind of stick with it, as it were. Try to see how things are going to unfold. Indeed, I think we're in for an interesting time ahead here, and again, we're coming into this next stage here, or the last day of the Mayan calendar on November 3rd this year, 2010. But Carl, as a way of running things up here, please let us know your website, and obviously, again, your latest book is called Purposeful Universe, and let us know how we can get a copy of that, Carl.
Okay, thank you. Well, my own website is www.calleman.com, CALLEMAN.com. And then when it comes to the seventh day celebrations, I would recommend that you go to the Facebook page Tree of Life Celebration. We have a very rudimentary web page also around this theme. But for the time being, please go to that Facebook page and look there. My most recent book is called The Purposeful Universe. It's been very strongly acclaimed, I must say. Some people are very moved by it. It's sort of finally biological evolution makes sense, and it's simple and intelligent, and it's not about just a series of accidents. But we understand that even though biological evolution obviously is a fact, it's not a random process. It's a directed process where we were meant to be the human beings to carry out this fulfillment of the cosmic plan. And so that book is called The Purposeful Universe. It's available from Amazon.com, and it's been translated to French, Czech, Swedish, German, and soon Japanese, and I hope other languages as well. And so that would give you sort of a more complete, more scientific, more physical, more biological perspective of creation than my previous books.
Excellent. Purposeful Universe, the website is Calleman.com. That's CALLEMAN.com. We really enjoyed having you back with us again, Carl. Thank you so much for your time, and keep up the interesting work.
Thank you so much. Thank you for this great interview.